there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Today we're talking because I need to discuss something that happened in this previous Stormy interview, in which she's doing her rags to riches story and all of these things, right? And broke no more is the title of the interview, you guys. But we're going to talk about something that took place in which I am still stunned, right? Because this is supposed to be a multi-millionaire, allegedly, and allegedly $20 million in sales previously, and I'm just stunned at the tomfoolery that took place in this interview. So the request, was, how can I get my hands on some Canvas Beauty? How can I get my hands on some body glaze, on some body drops, on some hair oil, on some, travel size body glaze? What's the tea? Can I get, a sample? Can I get a pack or something, right? I came all this way. And Stormy says the following, you guys. She says that her husband, Courtney, was supposed to bring over a little, care package, sample pack of all of Canvas Beauty products, right? And, give that sample and all the things, except for he got drunk, he had too many shots, and he couldn't drive to the warehouse to get the products, you guys. And this is the problem that I have, you guys. This is the issue that I have, because this is unprofessional, this is inappropriate, this is uncouth, and, this is when trying to keep it real goes wrong, you guys. Because basically you're saying, hey, you are going to, prevent the opportunity of somebody who has a large platform to promote and review your products and attract more clientele, attract more customers. You're basically saying, oh, well, screw you and your followers. I'm not going to give you any samples of my product because my husband was wasted and he can't drive. Now, technically, he could call an Uber. He could call an Uber to the warehouse if he wanted to and pick up some products and bring it over. And technically, if you have over 60 employees, as you say, why can't one of them pack something up together? Or whoever a manager or supervisor is, right? And pack up some things at the warehouse and bring it to the interview. Like, I'm just confused as to, again, people will make the comments, oh, people are just attacking Stormy. They don't want to see a black-owned business successful. They have a problem with Stormy. They don't like her personally, blah, 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 blah. But you guys want to leave out the issues at hand. And the issues at hand, was first and foremost, was the significant delays and people getting their orders, and some people not getting their orders at all, or some people getting incorrect things as it pertained to their order. And months on end was going by, and there was no products in sight. There was no orders in sight, but Stormy happily took the money. She happily took what you paid for the products, but she didn't bother sending them. So that's a real issue. And then it's a real issue because you can see in the court documents for yourself that people have sued Stormy for not paying, for non-payment, whether it is vendors, whether it's other companies, employees, what have it, you name it. She was supposed to commit to a specific quote, to a specific price point to pay these people for their goods and services. And nonetheless, they did their goods and services, which I don't understand how you're going to do goods and services prior to getting paid, prior to some type of down payment of sorts. But nonetheless, they did all this stuff for free and ultimately got nothing. So this isn't coming from a place of, oh my gosh, you just don't like Stormy, or you don't want to see a black-owned business be successful. But here's my thing. You're trying to keep it so real that you're basically saying, hey, you're going to block more sales of your products because your husband was too wasted to come to the warehouse and bring you something. But I believe there's cabs available. I believe there's Ubers available. I believe there are, Lyfts available and all these things. if you really wanted to have him come over, right? Or like I said, having another employee or somebody who's at management that could have put something together as well, if you were really serious and about that life. But as an entrepreneur, as the owner, as the CEO, that should have been your job. You should have already had this. Listen, I'm coming on this platform. I'm doing this interview to talk about my rags to riches story. Let me make sure I have a really nice sample pack of all of my products to the interviewer so that they can potentially review this on their platform. And this can be a good promotion for me, good clientele for me, good open up to potential new customers as well. It could be good PR. But instead, you're basically letting the cat out the bag that if you're too drunk or your husband's too drunk to do anything, you're not going to work. You're not going to promote your brand. You're not going to send people their orders. And this all comes full circle. This all makes sense as to why things are the way they are. And say what you want about Kyle, because I know some people now are trying to flip the script and be like, oh, well, you guys weren't saying this when he was anti-black women and threatening to sue. But here's the thing. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. You can have a situation where, again, Kyle was brought on in part to revamp Stormi's business, but also to also, quote unquote, stop the hate, or I would say stop the exposés, depending on who you're talking about. But now he feels wrong. He feels something happened to where, he no longer, feels like this is, on the up and up because he got wrongfully terminated, right? Because I've never heard of taking a leave of absence means that you want to quit a job. Can somebody make the correlation to me? A leave of absence means that either you've got some type of sentinel event and you need that personal time away from the job. You don't need any distractions from the job during that time to work on your mental health. That is not an opportunity to say, hey, you're fired, right? like it's just so wild and crazy to me. And you guys don't want to talk about the paranoia that Stormi has. You guys don't want to talk about the rage issues that she has. That is very serious concerns. You guys don't want to talk about that. All you guys care about is the glitz and the glamour, right? And how much money somebody has. You want to pocket watch people. You want to, again, be like, well, I'm just going to support black businesses no matter what, no matter how trifling or uncouth things are. And that's not the energy. That is the problem. That is the same problem you guys have when you defend the likes of Martel, right? And you defend the likes of the people who are problematic and continue to be problematic, right? But this is the problem. You have been in this business, Stormi, long enough to know that there's a level of professionalism. Why is it that after all this time, after all of your success on TikTok, you're not the one in the room with these executives from TikTok? It's Kyle. Can you make it make sense? You're the CEO of the company, you're the face of the brand, but you're allowing other people to make decisions on your behalf, and you just get on TikTok to be like, hey, look at my products, hey, come buy my stuff. Like, it's not making sense. It's giving that Kyle has more stake in the company than what is being let on, because how are you not in the room? Where is the professionalism, Stormi? Where is this energy? But I'm just so baffled that people want to turn this into some type of, smear campaign, some type of, whatever. And it's like, you guys never like to look at things from all sides. You only like to look from the side of like, hey, if this is somebody who, again, is a part of the cast that quote unquote gets attacked, then we have to put on our capes, right? We have to put on our capes and we have to support Stormi. But you want to ignore that if there are issues in Stormi's business that need to be handled, we need to talk about it. And if Kyle is alluding to there being shady business practices and perhaps illegal business practices, we need to talk about it. Because this also can explain all the liens, all the issues with the moving every so often to various warehouses. This all comes full circle, you guys. But you guys never want to talk about that. You guys only want to focus on the good about certain people, but other people you have no problem cutting down. But you come up with the most minuscule reasons to do so that have nothing to do with anything. But when we have real issues, when we have real lawsuits, when we have real people who are basically, sabotaging their own company because the issue at hand was Stormy was living above her means. She didn't understand the retail business and how much her profit was going to be. She did too much too soon and found herself in the, bankruptcy, basically bankrupting herself and bankrupting the company to the point she had to rebrand and call the company Canvas Beauty, right? Because it used to be Canvas Girl Beauty, right? But that's no more. It's Canvas Beauty brand now, right? So nonetheless, you guys, I always want to see people succeed, especially our own people. I always root for everybody black. But here's the thing. I root for everybody black until you give me a reason to not root for you, right? And if I see suspect behavior, if I see behavior that is negative, that is malicious, that is trying to attack other black people, is trying to tear down other black people, it's going to get called out, you guys. It's going to get called out. This notion where we're just going to ignore negative things that certain people do, but you want negative things to constantly be called out about others. No. Negative things are going to be called about everybody. Nobody is exempt. Nobody is safe, you guys. If there's something wrong, we're going to talk about it. But see, that's the difference between, myself and other people, right? You guys try to have this tunnel vision that it's like, they're just saying this because they don't like this or whatever. No. It's not personal. It's not personal at all. But this is completely unprofessional. How would you feel if you were the platform that got called to do a Stormy interview and you're expecting a sample of sorts of body glaze and body drops and, the rose glow oil and the hair oil and all these things in a nice little care package, right? Because then that could bring more eyeballs to Canvas Beauty. That can bring more clientele to Canvas Beauty. And then you can do a review of the products and bring more clientele. It's PR 101, you guys. But you guys aren't thinking big picture like that, right? You're just thinking that people are just being negative to be negative. No. When Stormy herself is saying, listen, I could have given you some sample products, but my husband was too drunk, or I didn't feel the need to, do it because I'm the CEO, right? But you're the face of the brand, right? This is your company, right? So wouldn't you, if you know you're going to be interviewing with somebody on a large platform who has access to entertainers and all the things, wouldn't you want to be on point? Wouldn't you want to have a care package of sorts so that they can brag on you and, hype you up and hype up your products and perhaps even attract some celebrity clientele? Like, you're never thinking big picture. You're never thinking, big picture. It's very small-minded as far as I'm concerned. And this is why things continue to go wrong. And this is why it got exposed that there is all this lavish spending that's taking place trying to keep up with the Joneses. And you're finding yourself in the same problems that you had before. But nonetheless, this behavior isn't it as far as I'm concerned. And I can't believe nobody's talking about this. Nobody is talking about the fact that Stormy basically said, hey, listen, I could have did free promo for myself on your platform and all of your followers by giving you some of my body glaze and perhaps even an exclusive of a sample of something that has yet to come out later this week and, create more buzz. And you completely missed the mark. And basically said, it's Courtney's fault because he was wasted and he couldn't make it to the warehouse, right? Although, if you really, 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 really wanted the, them to have this care package of body glaze and body drops and all the things, you would have found a way for it to be there for the interview, as far as I'm concerned, and not having to, rely on Courtney to do it all, right? Really, as the CEO, you should have put it together yourself, right? Because this is your brand. You're the one that has the interview. You're the one that is marketing yourself and explaining your business to the people. So nonetheless, and if your husband is too drunk and doesn't feel like calling an Uber or a Lyft or something to bring the products over, what about all these employees you supposedly hired, right? There's not a management person that is available at the warehouse that could put something together, that could leave for however long and put together that care package of products and submit it, so that way this could bring more, positive press and positive PR for you. Like, make it make sense. Like, it's just such weird and odd behavior that's taking place. It truly is. It's like we're in a twilight zone of sorts, right? But nonetheless, I just wanted to talk about this because it's like, this is what I mean when people say, oh, somebody's being a hater, they don't like somebody, but you have an example of somebody who's not taking their business seriously, and somebody who wants to keep it so real that it's exposing how unprofessional they are and how uncouth they are, and everybody wants to cover it up and pretend that this isn't appropriate. But this would never fly if this was a melanemic business, right? Because they would get rid of you if you said, oh, I was too drunk to bring something, boss. So make it make sense. So there's that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.